to this week's Ask Charlie. Now, I had a few people that asked if I would share with you how I iron shirts after last week's fashion try-on, and I thought now is the perfect time because actually I need to iron this shirt for my husband for tomorrow, so I thought we could do it. Now, when I iron shirts, I like to iron them slightly damp, and the reason for that is you just get a crisper iron. I don't use starch unless it's something really formal. I just iron, without any products. If the item that I'm ironing is really dry, then I do have a spray water bottle to hand. It's actually upstairs. This is slightly damp. The weather has been actually great today and I managed to get the washing out on the line. Now Simon has got these plastic collar stiffeners in this shirt. He has got a smart pair, but those were in there. So I've taken those out and I've unbuttoned my shirt. Now, I am going to start, my iron is on, it's on hot. I have got, and I get lots of questions about my ironing board actually. This is a Brabantia and it's size C, which is 124 by 145 centimetres. So it's quite a lot wider than a normal ironing board and it's jolly sturdy. And then I love this iron. It's a Tefal Express Compact steam generator and I absolutely love it. It's a great iron and I can highly recommend it. So my iron is hot, it is ready, and I'm just going to start with the cuffs. Now this is a formal shirt for my husband, so it's got double cuffs, so I want to get that nice and flat. And then I'm just also going to iron up there on that side, and it's got a little button. I don't need to iron that. Now, I am going to hold the seam like that, pinch it between my thumb and fingers, and just lie this as flat as I possibly can. When you are ironing, you don't want to iron in any creases. This is a beautiful cotton shirt and actually the iron glides effortlessly over it. But always start with cuffs and sleeves. I iron quite a lot of shirts. I actually love ironing, which might sound sad, but I find it quite relaxing, and I normally put a podcast on or watch the TV or something like that. So I'm going to do exactly the same with the other cuff. And I just have like a routine of how I iron a shirt, and it's a system that Mum taught me all those years ago, and she used to get me ironing quite a lot as a child. I rode competitively and I would iron my riding shirts, and I'd help Mum with, any ironing that she needed to do. Make sure that your shirt is nice and flat and that you're not going to iron in any creases because that's just annoying. And I'll pull it. I'll use my fingers just to pull the fabric taut, and that way you're not going to iron in more creases like that. And then we'll move on to the collar. Really important with a man's collar that you don't iron wrinkles out to the edge of the collar. That is really annoying. So I'm just going to start and go that way, and then I'm going to come back that way, and just make sure that there aren't any wrinkles that you have ironed in. Nice and flat. Then we're going to use the nose of our ironing board. I use the nose of my ironing board often, and that's to get the yoke across. I was saying that with a Devon accent, wasn't I? The yoke across the shoulders and the back of the neck. And there I've got a little bit of a wrinkle patch, but that's fine. I will just move it onto there and just iron that out flat, and then move on to do that side and just try and get it as flat as possible. And sometimes you can just lightly use the nose of the iron rather than the whole base of it. You can just gently use that nose to do that. And then once those back, that part is done, I put the button side onto the ironing board. I start down at the bottom, and I think it's really important to iron between the buttons because that's a giveaway that your shirt hasn't been ironed properly. So always go in between the buttons. Don't be lazy, undo those buttons and properly get in there and right up to the top as well. And then I will go up the outside. And Mum always said to me, take pride in what you do. If you're going to do something, do it properly. So I do make sure when I'm ironing a smart shirt, whether it's my husband's or whether it's, you know, one of my own, that I do a proper job. And again, pull, use your hands to pull that taut so you're ironing it nice and flat. Don't get distracted and leave the iron on because it will scorch. And I'm constantly using my other hand just to pull it taut. And then that shoulder seam, it's really important that you get that nice and flat and crisp. So if you take your jacket off, your shirt looks nice and smart underneath. And then go on to the back panel. So I work my way around the shirt and I make sure that these little vents here on the side are nicely ironed too. And just slowly work your way around the shirt. The great thing again about these ironing boards, and this is looking a little tired and I'll probably need to replace my cover soon, is you can get replacement covers. So this ironing board I've had for, gosh, at least 15 years and it is still going strong, but I do replace the cover probably every 18 months to 2 years. I used to do, I'm just going to press my iron because it's just turned off. I used to do a lot more ironing when I had the B&B. Now I don't have that anymore. There's a lot less ironing to do, which actually is a little bit of a relief. I was doing a lot of sheets on a regular basis. I did have help, but it was quite full on. I used to take one night bookings and those are quite time consuming. I don't know why my iron is just, there it is. The light flashes when it just needs to reheat. And I can use my steam. I don't find I really need it. But you've got a great steam generator iron if needs be. But actually I find, I've just got it on the cotton setting. I find it works really well. But you can absolutely press the trigger and get the steam out if you need to. But I don't find I need it that much. So just work your way around your shirt. And I have filmed a YouTube video way back, probably, gosh, maybe even 3 years ago, could even be longer, on my channel, but I did have a few people asking, so I thought, you know what, I think it's time to do a new one. So now I've gone all the way around. I'm now on this other front panel, and again using my hands just to straighten it out. I've got the top of the sleeve right up into the nose of the ironing board, and we will just work our way over this last panel. Now there, my shirt is done, and I fold Simon's shirts because then he travels a lot. Then they are just ready to go straight into a case. So I do the top button up, and then I do every other button down the front of his shirt like this. and then I pop it down, buttons down and neck down onto the ironing board, like so. So then when you've got it nice and flat, I take this side in, and I used to work many years ago in Ralph Lauren, and I spent a lot of time learning how to fold shirts. With the double cuffs, I actually just fold them back like that, so they don't poke out the bottom of the shirt, and then I take this side and I fold that in. When we worked in Ralph Lauren, we had a folding board to fold, and then I try to make it as even as possible up at the top there, and you don't want to fold in any creases. Flip that up like that, and then I fold once and then twice like that, and that is how I iron Simon's shirts, and they will go into his drawer like that. And then I thought I would quickly show you how I deal with a frilly shirt like this of mine. So again, I start with the sleeves, but I start with frills, and I just always iron over the frill to start with, and I'll do the other one literally like that. And then I will do the frill around the neck just to make it sit nicely. Be careful of your fingers, and just whiz that iron around. So this is my denim shirt from Willowbrook online, which I tend to be wearing on repeat at the moment. It's also got a frill down the front there, so I'm going to do that when we get there. I'm going to just quickly do these sleeves. So again, just flatten it out, and then when I hang shirts, when I've washed them, I hang them up on a hanger to dry or on the washing line, and I give them a really good shake before I hang them out, and I make sure that the cuffs aren't caught up. Now, this is just one of my kind of everyday shirts. I'm not being as particular as I am with Simon's formal shirt. You know, that's for a smart occasion, so I am just taking more care with that than I am over mine. Now with this frill, I'm literally just going to iron it back onto the body of the shirt, literally like this. I'm just going to use the side of the iron just to push it out like that, and then I will just do it exactly the same as I did side shirts, up there, and then work it round the ironing board like this. And then this back panel, again, I don't need to be quite so particular about, and I'll just do it with that, and I'll just try not to iron any creases. If you've got a vent at the back, you can just iron up the middle like that, just to neatly flatten it out. And look, we're almost done. How quick is that? And again, with this one, I'm just going to iron that frill back using the iron, the nose of the iron between the buttons. A little bit of a fiddle, but you kind of get used to it. And then I'll just take it up there, and just try and flatten it out. I love wearing frilly shirts, but they are a little bit of a palaver to iron. But we are almost done. And then I used to hang my shirts, but actually for wardrobe space, I've started folding them. So I do exactly the same as I do for size. I just do up that top button and grab it by the shoulders. And just for ease, I do every other button, because then it's going to fold easier and just flatter. There we are. Easy peasy. we are done. So that is how I iron a frilly shirt of mine and my husband's more formal shirts. His everyday shirts, I don't spend so much time over. They are just done quickly, but there we are. There is my shirt and a very smart Simon shirt done like that. I really hope that you have found this week's how-to helpful. If you've got any how-tos that you would like me to film and share with you, please do ask, because I love to give content to you that is helpful and you're going to find useful. Somebody's asked me if I will share about lighting fires, so if you would like to see that as well, let me know in the comments down below. And have a super week, and I will see you on Friday with a new vlog. And in the meantime, lots of love.